Um, I still don't have like a consistent pattern of trading.
You get there soon. You still have a lot of time to dabble and find out your strategy, but you'll get there soon. But what I wanted to show you today was price action. We looked at it before, but some person had requested that we go back through it, and
Okay.
price action is really good for you to learn as well. So I'm just gonna run through this one with you, and
You know what I get really good luck on?
mhm.
The chart that shows me um whichever way. Oh my god, like the pattern, the market pattern chart.
Yeah, go.
Right.
Those are very good.
Every time I use that, I get good luck
Okay, good.
with the trading.
All right. So with price action, what price action actually does is tell you what price is actually doing at the current moment.
Mhm.
Remember that trading is like a tug of war between buyers and sellers, and the candlesticks are here for us to read
Mhm.
them and find out what exactly is taking place. However, the one thing that some persons who actually teach price action might leave out is the importance of price action when price is close to an area of support or resistance. That's where price action is very important. I don't use it anywhere else, but on support or on resistance. All right.
Okay.
And as I can see here, I've drawn up my support. I'm drawing up my
Mhm.
resistance. So price is moving in a channel.
Mhm.
It's consolidating.
It's been doing that a lot
Yeah,
this last week.
yeah. When that happens, normally we'll have a big breakout. So price has been doing this, moving in that channel. So what I want to do is, someone is just coming in. Hold on. I leave it. We started. I'm gonna send the video when we finish, so you can just try and catch up. All right. So as I was saying, we have support and resistance, and price is moving in between support and resistance. How price action come into play now is what will price do when it gets to these areas, support and resistance. Now let's take a closer look. What happens?
Um.
So this is a turning point for price. As you can see, price move upwards towards the resistance. And what you want to look for whenever price is going towards an area of value support or resistance. If it's going towards a resistance, you want to see smaller and smaller green candles. It shows that buyers are losing momentum. Understand?
Mhm.
Leave you understand what I just said?
No, somebody else here.
I leave it. Oh, she's not here.
Yes, sir, I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So as I was saying, Javi, we already started. I'm recording, so I'm gonna send you the recordings when we finish. All right.
All right.
So as I was
Like,
saying, whenever you draw up your support and resistance line, what price action does is actually tell you what price is doing in the present moment. So whenever price approaches the resistance, you want to see smaller and smaller green candles being formed as it gets closer and closer to resistance. Whenever price approaches the support, you want to see smaller and smaller red candles being formed. What this tells us is that the buyers and sellers are losing momentum. So let's look at this first point first. So we had a bounce on the support, and now it's heading towards resistance. As you can see, we have a big green candle, then a red candle, then a next small green candle, then a smaller green candle. So as you can see here, that buyers are losing their momentum. They're getting weaker and weaker. Probably they're taking their profits because they realize that it is approaching resistance. So they're scared that it might not break through that point, so they start taking their profits. So that's what they want to see happen. And as soon as it hits the resistance point, you see a red candle form, because sellers were already up there waiting to say, look, as soon as it hit this resistance point, I'm going to sell. And the buyers will know that, look, it's a resistance up here, so I'm going to take my profit and leave the market. So it's like a clear cut for us traders to realize that, okay, around resistance, buyers lost their momentum, sellers are now in charge. So you take a sell after the first candle closes, which is a it's a red candle, and it's a bearish engulfing candle, as you can see right here. These two candles, bearish engulfing candle. So we would take that trade. So we would have entered somewhere right here, right after that first candle close, and we'd write this all the way down until it gets to the support. All right.
So what if it's not a bearish engulfing?
It
Do
doesn't
you
matter.
not take the trade? Because
No,
sometimes
you still take the trade. It can be
I don't know,
a
because
it can be a doji, it can be a shooting star, whatever it is. As long as it's a reversal pattern, you take a trade. You still have the charts with the different patterns.
yes.
You just have to go through it. As long as it's a reversal pattern, you take that trade. All right. It's not always going to be an engulfing candle or engulfing pattern, but it just depends if it's a reversal candle. And I'm going to show you what to look for when it's going to give you a fake out or when it's not going to turn around. All right. But let's just focus on what will happen when it gets closer and closer to support and resistance. So now we would have came down on this sell position here. And as soon as it gets to our support, we have candles getting small and smaller, green candles, red candles, sorry, big red candle, small, big, small. So it kind of show imbalance in what the sellers and buyers are doing at the current moment. But realize this wick right here. You see the wick? As soon as it hits support, remember the support coming like hot water or frying pan. As soon as dropping it, it's like it can't stay there, so it chew back up. So that's why you see this a long wick. And as soon as this candle closes, you have this big green candle form. So it shows that buyers are now in the front as it regards to buying and selling. Buyers took over from sellers. Understand what is happening?
Yeah.
So you just need to be able to read the candles as it regards to support and resistance. What is happening at support and resistance? So if you're a trader and you saw this play out, you can make money up and down. So you buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here. You understand? So you wouldn't miss a move in this market if you understand your price action trading. And look at this beautiful rejection again at the resistance point. You see the wick right here? As soon as it touched the resistance, is that them say, no, you can't come up here. Stay in your boundary. And it just push it right back down. And as soon as you get that push down, you have the red candle form. So sellers now take over and drive the market downwards. And you see that happen again down here. We have a lot of rejection, 1, 2, 3, 4 rejection before it pushed upwards and broke through. Now, let's look at this right here. Probably this would have caught us, but we would be able to get out before we actually lost any money. This here, we have everything perfectly set up for price action reversal trading. As you can see, we have buyers going up towards the resistance, and we see that they're losing momentum because the green candles get smaller and smaller, right? And then shortly after, we have the red candle form. So we as traders would have probably gotten in right here. Sorry about this Android. So we would have probably gotten in after this first red candle form, right? But then it never actually go down. our stop loss would have been right above the market structure somewhere here. So if you were not watching this trade, this would have been a loss for us. And nothing is wrong with losing. It's a part of the game. We just have to manage your risk properly. But if you were watching this trade and you see the two red candles form, and then you see this big green candle form, push towards the resistance, I would have gotten out immediately. So it wouldn't have even hit my stop loss. I would make a loss, but I would have gotten out right there and then. Understand? So you just need to understand what buyers and sellers are doing at the current moment. If you're supposed to read every single candle, you have strong buying pressure here. It goes up to this little resistance area and get a rejection, push down, then sellers come in. You just have to talk to yourself like that whenever you're marking up the charts or whenever you're looking to enter a trade. All right. Let's look at some other. All right. So here's our next one. We have support here and we have resistance. The price broke through. Let's see where it was coming from. It's coming from all the way out here. Okay. The price broke through this resistance above, pushed towards the top. Let's see if there was any. All right, so we had some momentum with the buyers going up towards the resistance, but they start losing momentum. As you can see, this was a big green candle, then you have a small green candle. This was a bit bigger than this green candle, but shortly after that candle closes, we had this big red candle showing that sellers took over from the buyers and are now in control of the market, pushing it downwards towards the support. But as soon as you get to support, we have the green candle starting to form. So buyers are taking over as we go along. But probably this move right here would have missed me because these green candles right here they're not convincing enough for me to enter the market. They're too small. I need some bigger candle to show that yeah, buyers are really in control. But then this candle form, this big green candle, and I would have missed all of this because you would normally get in after the candle closes. We should have been here, and then this wouldn't make any sense to bother get into this market because the resistance is right there. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Here to everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So price action is not that hard. It's just reading the candles and just find out what is actually happening at the moment. Look at this one as well. Broke through, retest, big, bullish engulfing candle. We just want to wait and it to close at the 4 hour. Let me see what is happening on the 1 hour time frame. So I want this. So this move kind of missed us. But as you can see, it's just plain price action. So this was a resistance broken, and now it's become a support. We have rejection, 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 rejection. So that's all it is, the price action. The patterns, however, they're also price action trading. Let me see if I find a pattern. I think I drew up one. All right, let's look at this price action pattern. Let me get rid of this. Randy's, what kind of triangle is this? You like the patterns? You know what kind of triangle is this?
You're gonna have to give me a second because I don't know it off my head.
What do you remember what kind of triangle this is?
Some wedge, something.
All in which?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, the map mega check. The part they look like them. Like a part.
It's a descending triangle.
Yeah,
Descending triangle. Yes, descending triangle. All right. So let's try and analyze this in. Let's break it down. Get into the psychology behind it and everything, which is actually price action. I'm going to 4
You know,
hours.
that's funny. I never actually paid attention to that.
So what?
I never used the descending or
Oh, the thing is, you just need to understand.
I mostly see like the head and shoulders
Yeah,
and
that you see that a lot in the market. Head and shoulder, double bottom,
the
double.
inverse cups.
Yeah, you see a lot of that. So now let's look at
Mhm.
this. So we have what is it, Euro chef? We have a big push to the upside, but then we have consolidation for a long period of time right here, and we see a triangle forming. So this is telling us that each time price gets to this point, top of the triangle, sellers push it back down, and each time it gets to the bottom, buyers push it back up. But as you can see, the range between the buyers and the sellers are getting smaller and smaller. Realize we had this big gap here, then a small gap here, then a smaller gap here. So what this is telling us is that there is indecision in the market. No one knows where the market is going. You have buyers and sellers pulling and pushing, pulling and pushing, pulling and pushing. So with this point right here, you can see each time you look at a triangle, whatever triangle it is, ascending triangle, descending triangle, whatever it is. Anytime you see that space get smaller and smaller, you must look for a big break. See that it's gonna break upwards or break
Yeah.
downward. But one of them is either the buyer or the seller. One of them has to give in. Right?
Then
They
you know
can't
how
they can't go at each other forever. So think of this as a, let me say what, as a spring. The the more you push the spring together, the more pressure is building to what you will call it now. Then instead of physics, no business. But whatever that that force is, you understand what I'm saying?
of course.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So whenever you see the space getting smaller, like right here, it's pushing together. You need to look for a big breakout. That says that the spring has reached that point where it can't get squished together anymore. All it have to do is just let loose and fly up. Right. So as I was saying before, buyers and sellers are in indecision here. They don't know where the market is going. So it get crammed. Price get crammed into a little triangle until it can't stay in that triangle anymore. It has to break out. And as you can see, this one took a break to the upside. This big green candle, and it continue. But let me see how much pips this is. So from here to this point, that wow, over 3,000 pips. And that's on the 4-hour time frame. Well, you just have to look for these things, especially with the triangle. Look for the areas where you're starting to see it get tight and tighter and tighter. It will break out. You just need to be on the side where it will break out. What you can do, if, so for example, you're going to work and you see that it's getting into that tight space and you don't want to miss the trade, what you can do is you can probably set a buy stop there and a sell stop here. So anywhere it break out, if it break down, you'll be automatically activated and you can catch the trade. Or if it breaks up, you will be activated and catch the trade. But what I need to understand is that I need to put it at a specific area. You don't want to keep it too close to the triangle because the wicks will come out and activate the trade and then turn around. So you put it at a distance. All right, like probably here, probably there, so you can catch the trade. But that's all due to price action. You just need to understand what the traders are doing at the moment. So if you study those triangles and those double top and double bottom, try and understand the wicks and stuff like that, it will be good. No, let's move from the triangle and look at the trend line. So we broke upwards and we had a good 3,000 pips and it started to follow a trend upwards.
Right.
But look what happened to the trend line. So it broke. We had this big red candle coming down. We probably thought that it will turn around now. but then you see this small red candle,
Mhm.
and then shortly after that small red candle, you see two green candles. So it kind of show that sellers lost the momentum as soon as it get to the trend line, and you
Right.
start to see the green candles forming and forming, and the bigger and bigger green candles. Look at this one. This one was perfect. As soon as it hit the trend line, they had this big wick forming. So
Mhm.
it shows that this era is era of volume. It has no place down here. It has to move off the trend line and go up until it finally broke through the trend line. How
Mhm.
and how you know when something actually breaks a trend? You have to see a convincing candle.
There's a pattern right there.
You see a head and shoulder,
That's the Head and Shoulders. Yep.
right? Right.
Okay, story time. Can I tell you a story?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I put in a trade last week. The
Mhm.
market was going up. It was at a buy, right? And I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I had a heart attack because
Really?
I lost all the money that I made. But literally, but I know there's a rule like when you lose money, you're not
Hmm.
supposed to go hurry like all of a sudden jump into the
Yeah.
another trade, because you're thinking based off of like, like it's not you're not thinking logically, because you're like still in a panic. So,
Yeah.
but when I woke up, I saw the pattern, the Head and Shoulders, and that automatically gave me the go to put in another trade. And because I was so confident that it was gonna go down, um, I I bumped up my units, and then I remade all that money.
Great. Great.
Yeah.
But it's a part of the game. So, boy, you want to get to a point where you actually take a trade and you don't feel anything. It's
Right.
like nothing. You have no feelings towards the trades you take. So you enter a sell and you just set a take profit, set a stop loss. You put down the phone and not even remember that you're in the trade.
Mhm.
That's the point you want to get to. All right, but it will
Right.
take time. You get there soon. But as I
But
said, go ahead.
another thing, real quick. I'm sorry. Okay. There's this one trade, actually a few. I had set like a take profit for it because I was going to work, so I wanted to at least make something, and it hit it, but it went. I kept like going up, so I lost like potential profit, and that made me sad as well. So that
That's
like I know you have to do it to be safe, but like sometimes it's be
that's all right. It's better than losing. You always
yeah.
have that opportunity again in the market. So this is currently like an active trade, Euro shift. We saw the head and shoulder reversal pattern. As you can see at this moment, it looks like it is trying to retest this support, this resistance area. So I will go ahead and do this. We're trying to get closer to this point and then push down back to this area of support and see how. So my trade would have been this short here, set stop loss right about this market structure.
Mhm.
My take profit would have been right here. So this stop loss is too wide. It's a 4 hour still, but let me see it on the 1 hour. The stop loss can be somewhere about here. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna watch this trade in the coming weeks. Oh, before you guys came on, I was telling the Randys about the high impact news this week. You realize I have a high
Yeah,
impact
they're all red.
every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to be careful who you trade this week. All right.
The week that the protests first started as well, it was bad. I didn't have much luck trading that week too. So the past 2 weeks.
Just be careful this week.
Well,
Yeah.
on my calendar in a show already.
No, me edit my one. Look, you can't. It
Oh,
says
the editor one.
yeah. So me only show red folders.
Oh,
Why I'm do this is because we kind
Yeah,
of
I traded USD, GBP. Yeah.
all right down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Monday the only high impact news is Japanese. Tuesday GBP and
APY,
USD.
yeah. Those are the ones I mostly trade.
So you have to watch out on QSR. Where let me see if I find one more. This is a USD card. I got this. Well, I like this one. This one looks perfect. Any question on price action? No? Everybody good on price action? They can look at the candles and tell them what is happening. Who is in control? Who is losing momentum? Those are the stuff you need to understand. So when I get the areas of support and resistance, I can, better understand it.
Mm-hmm.
The areas of support again. Candles coming down as soon as it hit the area of support. You see the wicks start to forming wicks, and then shortly after you have the green candles. And at the top we have an area of resistance as well. This area can be extended.
You
But
can also see like gradually it's going upwards. It's going closer to the resistance.
yeah,
So it looks like a buy.
I
It's a
keep
long run. If you were trading like in the long run, it would be a buy.
your late coming almost finished. But my record the meeting still. Me send it to you.
Me fall asleep, man.
Read put that in.
Sunday dinner too sweet today, man.
Me send the video still.
Alright, can send it to me as soon as this finish, huh?
Yeah, man, it's soon finished.
Price action and no go through?
Yeah, price action. Just reading the candles, what happened when you reach support and resistance and stuff like that.
Okay, alright.
Look at the wedge and thing. And triangles.
Okay, alright.
So as I was saying, let's do a recap. Probably somebody can walk me through this setup right here. Explain to me what happened when price get to this area of value. Anybody can take for one control of the mouse.
I see that the bearish candle is losing its momentum.
Yeah.
So oh, what exactly did you want me to do?
Yeah, I want you to explain to me what is actually happening each time price reaches the area of value.
At the right time.
Good night. Durandis.
I can't explain it into detail,
Huh?
but I can't fully explain it into detail. But I see that like I was saying, you can see that the red candles are losing its momentum
Where?
because you see that you see overall in that whole entire rectangle, you can see more green candles than the red.
You have control of the mouse.
But it's not. It's not steady. Like it's not a steady um enough to trade at that moment because it's going up and down.
Okay.
So I don't know. I can't control this.
It's not moving.
Yeah, but I'm not too sure how to use.
Alright, so it's moving now. But what I'm
Yeah.
asking is, You see the red for resistance and the green for support.
Mhm.
What I really need to understand with price action is you're not trying to find out what is happening in between these areas of resistance and support. You want to know what is happening on resistance or on support. So what happens to the candles when the candles reach to the point of resistance? Is is the resistance holding? Is it
Yeah,
rejecting the price? Or is
yeah,
it
as
letting
soon as
it? Go ahead,
as
Jerry.
soon as soon as you touch them, I see long with them start farm.
Yeah, it's like it's
Then,
frayed
Mhm.
out there. So that is a good indicator that look, price I respect the resistance here, or price I respect the support here. Now I'm going to look for an entry. And as soon as that green or red candle form and closes, then you go ahead and enter. So let me borrow this for a minute. We have price coming down to the resistance, to the support
Mhm.
level, sorry. It hits the support, found rejection, and then you see this inside bar candle form, like green candle forming. So you could have entered here, or you could then wait until price totally get rid of the sellers and we have
Mhm.
buyers in full control. So you would have entered somewhere here. So even if you had entered here, and see how much pips you would have caught. This is 78 pips, and that is enough for a day. Look,
where
that's it.
you use and what you use and find out the pits them.
This little ruler right here. You see
Ruler.
measurement. Yeah, see.
Uh,
So you click on it. Click on where you're going to enter and draw it to where you have a take profit or a stop loss, and then oh, it's not 78 pips. It's 90 pips. 90.3. You see it right there. You see it, Javi?
yeah,
Okay.
90.3. Yeah.
So, and again, it came back down to the support here, and you see the wick again. So this gives you a next opportunity to enter.
Mhm.
As soon as you see the wick, you start looking for your entry. You look for that green candle to form to show that look, buyers are now in control. Let me hurry and get in with the buyers. As soon as the candle form and closes, you enter. And then, so your entry would be about here, and you ride
Mhm.
this all the way up to this support, to this resistance here, and that's 203 pips. All right. And if your entry is here, your stop loss is going to be right below the market structure. Your stop loss would be somewhere like here, not too close,
Mhm.
but somewhere there. Let's see our risk to reward ratio. So we're going along, we enter here, our risk is 61 pips, and our rewards is upward 201 pips, somewhere about there.
Mhm.
So this is a good risk to reward ratio, right? And as I say, you can continue to write this. So sometimes it's
Keep
good
writing
when
it up.
the market is ranging,
Mhm.
as long as you understand how to tackle it. You draw a support, you
Yeah.
draw a resistance. You know that price is bouncing from support and resistance. So you wait on those price to get to those areas and you read the
Mhm.
candles. Let's look at this area again. So we have green candles forming, going up, going up, going up.
Yeah.
But as you can see, the candles get smaller and smaller. So
Mhm.
buyers are losing their momentum. They're getting weak. And as soon as it hits this resistance area, see this big green
Goes back
candle form,
down.
this big red candle form, sorry. And the big red candle tells us that sellers are now in control of the market. So
Mhm.
we enter here. So we enter it be here. The stop loss would be right above the market structure.
Mhm.
So let's see how I risk to reward ratio. So we short the market here. Boom. Take profits.
Yeah.
179 pips. Stop loss 83 pips. So this is
So
also a good risk to reward ratio.
if
So
you're really good at analyzing the charts, you can make like,
yeah,
income,
you can make a ton of
constant
money.
income.
It
But
just
yeah.
so price action is always in every strategy. Price action should be involved because you need to be able to read the candles, tell who is in control, who is losing momentum. Right, so it's very important. So that's just basically it with price action.
So I need to just practice price action and reading the market like thoroughly.
Yeah,
Because
you
if
just
I was trading, if you go closer again, closer, right? So if I was all the way to the left right now, and if I was reading it, I automatically a symmetrical triangle. So that's going to tell me that the market's going up. It's going to end up.
went up.
Hmm.
So you just have to study the pattern, study the price action. You know how to identify areas of support and resistance. And you
I would
should
like to
be
actually write it,
right. What?
like on the chart, what I see.
Let me give you a control.
Let me see. I think I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
So right here. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. All right. That's the symmetrical triangle. I don't know what's going on with the screen, but maybe you can still see it. And then after that, you see the head and the shoulders. So I'm definitely big on like patterns. The patterns help me a lot to know where the market is going at that moment.
Well, as I said, you just have to find your strategy, and once you find your strategy, you just stick to it. But
Mhm.
I have a ton of strategies. So sometimes I trade with indicators, sometimes my chart is as blank as you see it
Mhm.
here. I just use supporting. It just depends on how I'm feeling or what or how busy my day is. Because if I have a busy day, then I use indicators and just enter and exit trades, set buy limits, sell limits, stuff like that. So you just have to find what works for you and just stick to it. All right. Any questions before we wrap up?
Hmm.
No question?
Um, yeah. No.
Run.
No, Michelle, I'm not gonna bite you. Denise, you clear?
I try, really try to understand what I want to finish chart before I ask the question, you know?
Okay.
I think we can all agree that we're still
Me just
processing
need to
it.
practice.
Just need to practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
can just
think
go over back everything, like a quick recap of everything we do here, so like marking up the chart. Basically, you find the dynamic here of support and resistance first, right? That's how the green and the red line there.
yeah, so on the same chart I want me to go back in.
No, but just want to give me like a quick recap how we exactly do.
Alright, so let me get you that is the
We
right name.
understand the part where you set the stop loss and you take profit on them, something like what,
Okay.
you know?
Alright, so you already know how we draw with support and resistance.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We look for turning points in the market and we normally look for those on the higher time frame. So your day time frame or your 4 hour, your weekly sometime. So when I was going through, I saw that this area here was a turning point for the market.
Yeah.
And then this area as well is also a turning point.
Mhm.
And then as soon as that turning point, as soon as price broke through that area, we have
Resistance.
Yeah.
a sharp move to the upside. So what I was saying now is that whenever price finds itself within a range, it's bouncing off support and resistance. You can find a lot of good trading opportunity here. You can ride it up, you can ride it down, as long as it stays within that range. As soon as it breaks out that range, you start to look for different trading opportunity. But what happens whenever it gets into this range here, you want to look for what is happening to price whenever it gets to these areas, support, resistance. All right. So you need to be able to read the candles. What you're looking to do on support is buy. So you want to read the red candles. The red
Mm-hmm.
candles will tell you what the sellers are doing in the moment. So you want to see smaller candles forming as soon as it gets closer and closer to the support area. The smaller
Mm-hmm.
red candles tells you that sellers are losing momentum. But as soon as it gets on support and you see this big rejection, you see a wick forming, it tells you that
Yeah.
look, this support area is holding. So the next move that you will look for now is a green candle forming to say, look, buyers take over. Buyers are now in control of the market. As soon as that green candle forms and closes, they look for your entry. So you enter immediately after the green candle is formed. Once you enter there, you ride it all the way up to the resistance. When it gets to the resistance, you take your profit. And what you do now, you look for the green candles to start getting smaller and smaller, which will tell you that the buyers are losing momentum because it's getting closer to a resistance here. As soon as that happens, you see this wick form, it shows that this resistance is holding. So buyers are losing momentum. Sellers are about to come in the market. And as soon as you see this red candle form, you would have entered the market because it tells us that look, sellers are now in control. You enter the market and you ride it downwards.
You know what I also noticed?
Mhm.
Not only that, but it becomes steady. Like the candles become steady on the line
Yeah,
every single time that it turns
it's
the
like
opposite way.
it's trying to break through, but it can't break through.
Mm-hmm.
It's finding
What
it
you
hard.
call that? What you call that, Mr. Russell, when it not go through a rejection of higher
Yeah,
price?
it's
That you call it?
rejection. Yeah, it's price rejection. So whenever you see these long weeks, it's price rejection. These weeks, rejection of price, rejection of price. Remember, I know, if you
Yeah,
think
because
about,
more than me, I watch the them online term, I mean, I understand. So
yeah, it's price
yeah.
rejection. But if you literally think about it, these big banks, they actually put caps, they put floors, and they put ceiling. It's places where price should not go below or price should not go above. So once you
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
find these areas, you should have great setup. All right. Look at Jamaica, for instance. As soon as it reached to 140 something, and put a cap on it. So they say,
Mm-hmm.
look, you can't make it go anywhere above that. And then it fall right back down to 140. It's the same concept
Yeah.
here. Whenever price goes too low, they say, look, we can't allow price to go